You're watching EAC News. Thank you for joining us. Now for a look at news making international headlines this Thursday, 31st of March.
Fields, homes, well, and even tombs were gradually being buried under shifting sands dune in this windswept string of Madagascar's southern coastline until the local community fought back, aimed only with plants and elbow grease. According to the community, this dune plays a negative role when it comes to the protection of cultural spaces. First of all, the tombs. Some tombs were buried in the sand. The community is very attached to their custom, especially the places where they put ancestors to rest. So it's really very important for the community. They also spoke of the dunes burying agricultural field, said Theodore Bynasums, the World Food Program WFP chief in the region. After years of painstaking planting by hundreds of local volunteers, 36 hectares of dune have been stabilized by long lines of plants that trap moisture in the ground and stop the relentless wind from blowing all the sand further inland. The buildup of sand dunes started becoming a problem in the area roughly a decade ago due to the drought and an increasing in strong winds, partly linked to the El Niño climate patterns, and climate scientists warn things will only get worse. Madagascar, an island with a population of 30 million and great natural variability in these weather patterns, faces increased aridity and more frequent droughts and extreme weather even in the future, according to the UN expert climate panel.
Dozens of Peruvian domestic workers protested on Wednesday in a downtown Lima to demand respect for their labour rights and denounce the absence of discriminations they face, which they say have worsened during the pandemic. Domestic workers do cleaning, laundry, cooking, watching the kids or more around the house. There are two types of domestic workers, those who live in your house and those who only come to work and then leave. A very low percentage of total domestic workers are registered with contracts. Rest time, vacations and public holidays are also harder to implement, especially when the workers live in the house. During the coronavirus pandemic, people were asked to stay at home and help curb the spread. Unfortunately, this transfers the burden of domestic workers even more.
COVID-19 patients in Shanghai were being treated in a makeshift hospital that was converted from an exhibition center, according to state television CCTV on Wednesday, March 30th. The Chinese financial hub, home to 26 million people, is in its third day of a lockdown that authorities are imposing by dividing the city roughly along the Huangpu River, splitting the historic center from the eastern financial and industrial district of Pudong to allow for staggered testing. While residents in the east have been locked down since Monday, March 26, those in the west were officially scheduled to start their 4-day lockdown on Friday, April 1st. The city reported a record of 5,656 asymptomatic COVID-19 cases and 326 symptomatic cases on Tuesday, March 29th, up from 4,381 new asymptomatic cases and 96 new cases with symptoms on the prior day.